Welcome to Cine, here where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nicky Tay.
And today we are reviewing The Five Bloods.
Directed by Spike Lee, starring Delroy Lindo, Jonathan Mayers, Clark Peters, and Chadwick Boseman. The Five Bloods is about a group of Vietnam veterans who go back to the country in search of their squad leaders' remains, as well as gold that they had buried there with the hopes of taking back to get rich. It's good to see Spike Lee back. You know, his last movie was Black Klansman, so it's good to see him back with what I think is a good movie. Very good visuals, story, and acting makes this a must watch for anybody who has Netflix.
This movie had, in my opinion, pacing issues. Let's get right to some of the negatives. The pacing in this movie was a little off because of the mix and the dynamic of going from the past and also going back into the present. Also the mix of people having one-on-one dialogue, which was good. Some of it, not all of it, but that also led to some of the pacing issues with this film. But to me, one of the best parts of the film was actually when they were at war. I think a lot of the flashbacks, in my personal opinion, was some of the best parts of this movie. A lot of the things in the present, for me, felt a little bit underwhelming.
This movie is also very long. Probably another, if I had an issue, would be the length. The movie is almost a little over 2.5 hours long in runtime, which can be a negative. Probably didn't help the pacing issues. Could have probably helped them speed up through some other parts, get through a little bit of the dialogue a bit quicker. But again, with good acting, it wasn't as terrible as some other movies who definitely have that issue.
And being this is one of Spike Lee's most expensive movies that he actually partook in, you can see that the money was divvied out in a way that made sense, especially with the characters that he chose, with the actors that he chose, because they all did a great job, I think, in this movie. Another one of my issues was kind of how the movie ended. The story was good. Like, I don't want to, I'm with Nick. This was a good movie. The story was good. But some of the decisions that was made at the end of the movie with some of the characters, I don't want to say too much, I don't want to ruin it. I felt was a little bit underwhelming. I kind of wanted more. And another thing that this movie didn't lack in the present that it didn't lack in the past was the emotional value. Like, I really wasn't emotionally attached to these characters once they got old. I know the journey that they were having was it is what it is. But I don't know if it was just because it was Chadwick Boseman leading the charge, with the troops in the past or what, but I tend to have more emotion when they invoke the past versus when things that transpire in the present. And also another negative is I don't know if they used de-aging technology, but it didn't look, it either was that or was it the makeup? It didn't look that good for the old guys that were trying to portray themselves in the past. Chadwick Boseman clearly looked younger than everybody, even with the technology being used.
In conclusion, this film for me is about a 7.9. Didn't knock my socks off, but I thought it was a really solid movie. Typical Spike Lee joint, if you will. Something that I would recommend to anyone looking for a new movie.
Like always, I like Spike Lee knows how to put positive messages in movies and not overdo it. He has been doing that in all of his films, most of all of his films. He continues to do that even in this film. And I love that about this movie because it does have a great message that I think that is really prevalent, especially for what's going on in the times right now. But for me, I probably would have to give this film a 7.6. I do think it was a solid film on Netflix. Definitely worth everybody's time to check out. And Spike Lee has another pretty good film on his hands.
That completes the review for The Five Bloods. Make sure you check it out. It is streaming right now on Netflix. So definitely do your part. Watch black movies. watch this movie and let us know how you feel about it.
And don't forget to watch this review, right? Don't put that in there. This is also black.
I'm assuming they are. If they heard this much. If you haven't heard this much, then yes, watch this movie.
And other reviews that we have done in the past on black movies.
And as always, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you stay tuned for upcoming movie reviews. And don't forget, you've seen it here.